In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Half a day, everyone. Nestor Licanto here. Welcome to another edition of In Full Zoom. This week, we're going to talk about something that's actually been on Netflix just recently, Operation Christmas Drop, but it's been on Guam and particularly Andersen Air Force Base for decades. Operation Christmas Drop. And we're going to talk to three gentlemen here. Let me introduce the president of the Operation Christmas Drop Committee, Anthony Biechler. The vice president is Dean Atwa. And the treasurer is Jacob Kendall. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, thanks for being on the show. So let me start with you, President Biechler. For those very few people on Guam who may not know what Operation Christmas Drop is, can you just kind of get us started and tell us a little bit about the history behind it?
Absolutely. So for those not familiar, Operation Christmas Drop is the longest running humanitarian airlift mission to date in the world. So this is its 69th year, started in 1952. We had some pilots from Andersen flying over a remote island, Kapingamarangi, and saw some islanders below and quickly gathered some supplies and dropped them from that aircraft on that mission. And that's what started it. That was our first year.
All right. And Jacob, let me ask you, talk about how the donation drive is going, because I know that we here at KWAM received an email from you asking us a little bit about promoting that. Tell us about the donation drive and how that works.
Very much. So first of all, thank you very much for having us here and having us on your show. Operation Christmas Drop, we've really tried to incorporate it throughout the island. A lot of the islanders or people from Guam that we work with every day, they've always had such, a spirited, just enthusiasm with the Christmas Drop and, actually being a part of it ever since they were youth. So with the donation drop, it was a little bit harder this year with the COVID-19 restrictions. However, every year, especially last year and this year, everybody really pulled together. We've been getting messages through Facebook, through our Instagram account. People from all over the world have contacted us. I know Sergeant Biechler, Sergeant Atwa could confirm this, but we had people from New York, from New Zealand, from LA, from California. They've really stepped it up, and we have a massive amount of donations. And thank you everybody that donated and reached out to us. We're still trying to scavenge through all the messages. However, we will get back to you, and we would love your donation. And again, thank you for everything that you've done in years past and what we know you will continue to do in the future. Guam is an extremely proud in their heritage and helping out each other, people, helping out the other islands. And so thank you very much for what you've done and what you will continue to do.
And I know all of you guys have a day job in the United States Air Force, but Dean, and you're all volunteers for this Operation Christmas Drop. But Dean, tell me a little bit about what you knew about Operation Christmas Drop before you got assigned to Andersen, and what has motivated you to volunteer and assist with the program.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it was a little bit different. I've actually got a chance about 12 years ago to come here to Guam when I was stationed in Japan. For this very thing, I was on Operation Christmas Drop. As you may know, the Japanese, over in Japan, the Japanese Air Force, as well as Australian Air Forces, and the U.S. Air Force out of Japan actually come here, bring their aircraft, and they're the ones that actually make the drops. We support it, obviously pack it and everything, get the donations throughout the air. But they deliver it. So I was actually fortunate enough to be stationed to that exact unit back about 12 years ago when I was brand new in the Air Force. So I've been here back then, and it was great. So just seeing it on that end of it, a full circle, here I am 12 years later, and had to get involved again. I knew it was something that was extremely important even out there. So getting involved and seeing the full turnaround here was what kept me motivated and actually got me to continue what I knew was already a well-established private organization, as well as a mission that hits many, both helpful as well as community involvement, get everyone together. So that's what's kept me going. And while I'm here, I'll definitely be heavily involved in it.
All right. And Anthony, tell us a little bit more about the logistics of this operation. I know it's quite involved. It's not like you just put stuff on a plane and take off, right?
No, you're absolutely right. So it is a complicated process. And a lot of people, you think Operation Christmas Drop, you don't fully understand the weight of this being a around the clock, 12-month just mission to solicit donations, to fundraise, to go out there and partner with other organizations to make December a success, right? So it really is a around the clock, year-round dedicated team that's doing those things. And the reason it's so big, I mean, like I spoke about earlier, we started our first drop in 1952 with some random supplies around an aircraft and a homemade parachute. Today we're dropping. Last year we did a record number, 176 bundles. We're dropped to 22,000 civilians across 56 islands. This year, due to COVID, we had to scale back a little bit. We're looking at 125 bundles across those same amount of people, same amount of islands. Next year, our 70th year is going to be the biggest year ever for Operation Christmas Drop, and we're forecasting 200 bundles to 22,000 people across those 56 islands. And what allows us to do that, and the movie did a good job of that, was it talked about the Denton program. It's a fantastic program hosted by the Department of Defense that allows us to drop that humanitarian aid by partnering with the Air Force and making sure they can get some good training and out of those types of missions.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Yeah, you mentioned the movie. I'm going to ask you guys for your reaction a little bit later. But Jacob, tell me a little bit about, obviously the payoff to this is the reaction of the folks on the ground when they see those boxes coming down. So what have you heard about how they have responded to the actual drop off, and when they, especially the children, I guess, open up those boxes and get the stuff that you guys have all collected over these past weeks?
Very much so. So as the Vice President Atwa said, getting into this organization, it really involved you. Like, I came here, I knew nothing about this. However, my first 2 months on island, I found out about this, and it warms your heart. And you see what involvement, and if you want to get involved with the community, with other partnering islands, you just give your heart and soul in this. And this stuff is completely beside our normal duties. So we're spending nights, weekends, extremely long nights, 3 o'clock texts to each other, trying to plan the logistics. Last year, I was fortunate enough to be a big part of the donations. And every year I've tried to step up to a higher level, just because you want to help each other out. And you see, the vice president and president, and like, we give all of our lunches for this to our holidays. This is what we do. Last year I went on a drop and it was unreal. You see the islands from, I believe there's an island with just a couple people on it, very small, but it's just the reaction that they give. I'm sorry to interrupt the question, but Brother Bruce, you see what inspiration he gives to this community, to this organization, what he does for everything. And it is, I'm speechless from it every year. Somebody wants to tell me how I feel about it. Until you see the drop and the people waving you up top, and they see what the supplies do for them. I'm at a loss for words, and I will forever be a huge supporter / intertwined with this organization. It is unreal.
Yeah, no, I think you said it very well. And let me ask you, Dean, the same question. What's your reaction to being able to be a part?
Yes, sir. Yes, that's something. Just as Jacob was saying, is I feel deep down inside, it's something not only that I feel I wanted to do, but just something that I feel the need to continue, just because of how much it's brought joy to my life. So if it's bringing, I look at it that way. If it's bringing joy to my life, helping, I just can't. I can't see it not being even more so on the receiving end. And yes, definitely. If you're whether it's videos, whether it's being on the jet itself and seeing the drops, the emotions are the same. I think they, all the islanders, especially, those waiting for the drops. It is literally like Santa and his reindeer dropping gifts off. And I know if I was a kid and I saw something like that, that would just make my day every year. It would just, be in a crazy thing to look forward to. And they all say the same thing, that it is something they very much look forward to. So that's the goal. It's, Christmas drop in the name, and to make it feel a little magic during the times of the holidays is all we try to do. And hopefully, all the effort puts into the end result, and everyone's definitely getting what they need and happy for it, how we feel.
And Anthony, I see you smiling there. So what are some of the reactions that you get, and tell us also about how it makes you feel when you're a part of this?
Honestly, words, it's hard to find words to describe, right? Because you're part of something that's just so much bigger than yourself. I meet with Brother Bruce quite often. He's my link to the islands. He's how we know what to send and when to send, and I speak with him quite a bit. And early on, one of the things that he told me that stuck with me throughout this year, and I think it'll stick with me for the rest of my time, and having this unique opportunity to preside over such a fantastic organization, is that while it's called Operation Christmas Drop, this is their New Year's, their Valentine's, their Easter, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, everything rolled up into one when a C-130 comes roaring overhead and starts dropping presents out the back. So it's literally every holiday that we experience, and they get it one day a year, and they get it courtesy of the Operation Christmas Drop, the United States Air Force, and partner nations that help us to make that happen. It's a feeling that it's really hard to describe. But being here in Guam, this has been a lot of firsts for me. I got here last year, and right off the bat, it was clear this is one of the most patriotic places I've ever been in my entire life. And then getting involved with Operation Christmas Drop and being able to experience the true Chamorro culture and just the righteous charity and goodwill that we all show for one another. It's astounding. It's breathtaking. And I'm just honored to be a part of it.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Yeah, let me ask each of you to respond to this. I think there's something about the Operation Christmas Drop that just resonates across the world. I mean, Jacob was saying, he's getting requests to for information on how to donate from all over the place. What do you think? Why do you think this remains so successful for so long? I mean, like you said, Anthony, next year is your 70th year. So let me start with you, Jacob. What do you think? Why do you think this has been so successful for so long? What about it resonates with people?
So as the president said, it's kind of the Chamorro / Islander mentality where they all look out for themselves. We've been stationed all over the world, and there's always, a person from Guam here, a person from Palau here, a person from Yap here, and they all stick together and they look out for each other. It's like a brotherhood. And I think when, at least the military, we go outside of base, you know, I go down south to Marizo, to Inarahan, and people are so welcoming. You know, people think, oh, you know, I'm not sure how they're going to feel because I'm, you know, from stateside or from this. However, I go down there and everybody welcomes me with open arms. And that inspires us to give our effort and provide that piece of their culture to the rest of the world, to the other islands. Like, we want to give our little part because we're given so much. We want to, you know, express that love for each other, that people look out for each other. And, you know, if you do have, you know, only a couple clothes off your back, drop that off with something else. All I see is this is islanders helping out other islanders, and we're just a taxi service for this. You know, to say that it is only a military operation, it couldn't be further from the truth. It is everybody from overseas, from other bases helping out with this. They reached out. We have people, social media specialists now reaching out to us from all these other countries saying, we believe in what you're doing and we want to help out with it because we want to express the feeling that we get when we watch that movie or saw about it. And I absolutely love it. And thank you, everybody. Thank you to, I guess, all the people around the world, especially the Chamorro people that took us in with open arms. And it is absolutely phenomenal. And there's this operation, it will only go up in bundles and help out more people and more islands. And the sky's the limit with this operation.
All right. And Dean, same question to you. What do you think resonates so much among people about what about the Operation Christmas Drop resonates so well with so many people?
Yes. So, you know, just the magic, like we spoke before, the magic of that one day out of the year, you know, where you're looking forward to it, and it's your every, you know, it's your everything coming through there. And, you know, like Jacob was saying, all these requests from around the world, all these inquiries, they weren't always there, to be honest. There's the island of Guam definitely knows all about it. You got Japan and Australia, since they're heavily involved during the drops. But outside of those locations, every single message we've been getting since the movie released was, we didn't know this was a thing. How did we not know? You know, this movie enlightened me. And they all felt the same way of, wow, this is crazy. How can I donate? How can I help? So it's been a crazy last 2 weeks in that regard. At the same time, it's been going on for 69 years, even without that publicity, just because of like we were talking, the local communities, we couldn't do it without them, hands down, whether it's a local business or just a person willing to donate their time. Really, the time is more valuable in most cases to help out with this. So without the local population and community really involved, and they, you know, they very much want to help, like Jacob was saying, it really makes a difference. So that added on to the worldwide feature here, and yeah, it's been quite a roller coaster ride these last 2 weeks. So it's that magic of knowing what actually happens to me that I think is what keeps it going here.
All right, and finally, Tony, before I ask you guys about your reaction to that movie that we keep mentioning, what is your view of the secret to the Operation Christmas Drop success?
I think the secret for Operation Christmas Drop, I think it's just a unifying message. You know, a lot of you get here and you learn about Operation Christmas Drop, and there's really nothing that you can't despise about it. I mean, it's just so unifying for the military community, for the local community. It's at its heart, it's just a good organization. every penny of that we earn goes directly back into these bundles. Nobody's taking a cut. Every bit is going back to life-saving supplies to help the islanders that a lot of people have no idea even exist still. That people are living on these remote islands in the Pacific. People just don't think about it, especially in a tough year like this. So I think that the magic of Operation Christmas Drop I think it's a message of unity, and that's why a lot of people get behind it. And I think that that's why it's going to continue to be successful for another 70 years.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Okay, and so as we mentioned earlier, Netflix recently came out with a movie inspired by Operation Christmas Drop. And I asked you earlier before we got on the air if you had seen it, and you have all seen it. So let me give you an opportunity to be a movie critic. So let me start with you, Jacob. What did you think of the Operation Christmas Drop movie?
To be 100% honest with it, it's just getting the message out there. I would love to be a critic. However, just to know the impact and the wide range of people that we connected with it just was the best thing for Netflix. I do not have any say in the movie. I think it's a great movie. It got the message across. Everybody that I talked to says it got the message across. And that's the best thing that I could say about it.
And Dean, of course, movies are designed to, be dramatic and romantic, and depending on, whatever genre is it. So we allow them some sort of entertainment license, if you will. So what's your reaction when you saw the movie as opposed to the real life Operation Christmas Drop?
Yes, sir. So they came here around summer of 2019. I was fortunate enough to help out with the crew that was here as well. And you see them filming. They're there 12 to 16 hours a day doing their thing here at our facilities, and we're helping them with that. And you never know how it's going to turn out, right? You see them just doing their thing, and then when it finally comes out, you're like, wow, this is what this turns into. This raw footage, and it becomes basically a Hallmark romantic comedy, for the holidays. And I think it hit number 2 as highest I've seen at Netflix at one point. It may have even touched number 1 in a few other countries. So it's not just us, not just me and others that like it. I think it's a lot of people really felt that was something that was worth watching, let alone to know it was a true, based off a true story kind of thing. As far as the events, the operation and whatnot, that really is what set us, apart from a regular movie. So I personally enjoyed it, specifically because I was an extra. I got a chance to be an extra in the background on one of the scenes. So for me, it's going to be saved on my Netflix just for future reference. Show my 3 seconds of fame when I get the chance for show my grandkids. But yeah, other than that, it was awesome that they gave us a chance to come out here and do their thing for sure. So definitely a great movie.
How cool is that? You were an extra in the movie. And Tony, I'm going to give you the final word. What's your reaction to it? And did you get a lot of calls from friends and family back in the States and, hey, were you part of that Operation Christmas Drop? What's your reaction?
Well, my reaction to the movie, I think is pretty similar. I mean, I think all of us, we watched the movie, and if you understand the movie for what it is, right? It's a feel-good holiday movie. And was it, from the military side, was it very accurate? It probably wasn't that accurate, right? But when they really looked at the mission of Operation Christmas Drop, they hit the nail on the head. They didn't miss a beat with it. I think the movie delivers the message of Operation Christmas Drop. We were given love from above since 1952. They did a very good job with that. And I'll tell you, a lot of the family and friends that I have back in the States, I told them, hey, I'm running this organization this year. It's a fantastic opportunity. You should read more about it. And I mean, I'm sharing fundraisers and informational videos and all sorts of stuff all over Facebook. And, you know, I got a couple of bites, but once that movie came out, it really lit up for my family and for my friends back home, and seeing what we're doing out here. And really, I think most people were surprised about how incredibly beautiful the island of Guam was, and how that was really showcased in the movie. So yeah, a lot of positive feedback from the movie. I love the movie. I probably watch it twice a day. That's one of our classics now, right up there with Home Alone. So we're in there, and this is the season. So we're really enjoying it, and we're really happy with the way the movie came out.
Well, thank you all very much. I mean, this will air the day before Thanksgiving, which is typically the start of the holiday season, and Operation Christmas Drop. I can't think of any better way to start it off. Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays to the three of you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your work on Operation Christmas Drop. The tremendous success always. Anthony Biechler, Dean Atwa, and Jacob Kendall for Operation Christmas Drop. I'm Nestor Licanto. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week for another edition of In Full Zoom. Take care.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.